Right, in this video we're going to see how to calculate basic statistics about a set of data that's presented just as a list of numbers. So I surveyed 11 people and asked them how many pens they have in their pencil case. Here are the answers, here are the results. So 0, 6, 3, 1, 2, 2, 4, 7, 1, 2, 5. So that's 11 numbers, and all of the numbers corresponds to how many pens, and all of the numbers correspond to how many pens they said they had in their pencil case. So we need to deduce, write down, or calculate, depending on what we're trying to work out, the mode, the lowest value, the highest value, the median, the lower quartile, upper quartile, range, interquartile range, and the mean. Okay, so we're going to call this class A. So here are the results again: 0, 6, 3, 1, 2, 2, 4, 7, 1, 2, 5. Now, for the mode, is probably one of the very few ones you can work out, probably just mode and mean and possibly range, you can work out without putting the things in order. So the mode is literally what number appears most. So it's 3 2s, there's 2 1s, and I don't think any other number appears more than once. So the mode is 2 because more people said 2 than anything else. Right, now for the rest of them, I'm going to actually put these things in order. So I'm going to rewrite the data set. 0, 1, 1, there's 3 2s, 2, 2, 2, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should look at this and make sure you've got, first for a preliminary check, make sure you've still got 11 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that looks pretty good. Right, so the lowest number is right there, it's 0. The highest number is 7. Highest. Number 7. Now, the next one we asked for is the median. So there's 2 ways to do this. When you've got it in order, you can kind of cross stuff off. Now, what I don't want you to do, I don't know if you've seen, I don't want you to actually cross the number. I want to kind of cross. So from either end, we're going to put a cross underneath. So the 0 and the 7, and the 1 and the 6, 1 and the 5, 2 and the 4, and the 2 and the 3. And we've come to one number. Now, you won't always come to one number. But if you do come to one number, you can put a ring around that. So that is the median. Median equals 2. Now, what the median does, it splits the data in half. Right, so that is leaving all these numbers below the median and all these numbers above the median. We're going to use that in a minute. Another thing I should have said, another way to calculate median. So this is fine if you've only got 11 numbers. This is probably the most efficient way. Otherwise, you can use this n plus 1 over 2 formula, where n's the number of numbers. So in this case, there's 11 numbers. 11 plus 1 over 2. Well, it's 11 plus 1. So 11 plus 1 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. So that's telling you the 6th number is the median. You can check that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's another way you could have done it. I'll get rid of that, it looks a bit busy. Right, so the next bit is lower quartile. Now, as I was saying, the median splits the list into 2 halves. So the lower quartile is the median of the first half, the upper quartile is the median of the second half. So you don't include this 2. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Now you can either do n plus 1 over 2, so 5 plus 1 over 2 would give you 3, so the third number, or you could kind of start to cross off again, 1, and you're left with this. So that's the lower quartile equals 1. Now, for the upper quartile, I'm looking at these numbers here. So this upper half of the data, this 2 split it in half. I can either do it's the third number from this end, so it's got 5, or I could sort of cross, and it's still a 5. So that is the upper quartile. Upper quartile is 5. Once you have all those bits of information, the range, the interquartile range and the mean are all calculations. So range equals max minus min. So it's the highest take away the lowest. The highest value was 7, the lowest value was 0, the answer is 7. So I know a lot of you will just put 7, it will generally be alright, but some mark schemes you get 1 mark for this and 1 mark for that. Interquartile range. That is the range of the quartiles. What it tells you is the range of the middle 50% of data. So because the lower quartile is the 25th percentile, the upper quartile is 75% along the way. The interquartile range tells you the median of that. Right now, being able to calculate it is the main objective. So it's upper quartile, which we've already calculated, minus lower quartile. It's the range of the quartiles. So the upper quartile was 5. The lower quartile was 1, 5 minus 1 equals 4. And finally, for the mean, as I'm sure you already know this, you just add all the numbers. It's the total number of pencils divided by the total number of people. So you need to add all the numbers up. So 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7, check that there's the 13 numbers, so 11 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, divided by 11, because there's 11 numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 21, 27, 33, very friendly number, and of course 33 divided by 11 equals 3 pencils. Okay, well I'm not going to show you how to do things like mode, range and mean again, but I just want to address what happens if you have a slightly different amount of numbers. So having different amounts of odd numbers and different amounts of even numbers does kind of mess around with your median and quartiles a bit. So say you had a class B, I've already put the numbers in order, so you had 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in the class. So the median, you know, is going to be n plus 1 over 2, or 10 plus 1 over 2 is 11 over 2 is 5.5. So it's the 5.5th number, which means it's halfway between the 5th and 6th. We can do it by crossing as well. So you could say, look there, you cross those two, cross those, cross, 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 cross. And you end up with these two numbers here. So the median, the position is here. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, it's halfway between the 5th and the 6th. Now in this case, they happen to be the same number. They're both 2. So we just literally need to find the average of 2 and 2. So the median is here. If these numbers were different, say this was a 3, for example, the median would be 2 plus 3 divided by 2. It's not in this case, so we'll stick with what it is. The median is going to be 2 plus 2 over 2, which is 2. So it's the average of 2 and 2. It's halfway between. Halfway between two numbers, you add them up and divide by 2. So median equals 2 plus 2 over 2 equals 2. Then once you're looking for quartiles, now the difference is we've drawn a line and not circled a number. So actually, because remember the median splits it in half, you've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers to the left of the median and 5 to the right. So whenever you you split a median, you've got to have an equal amount of numbers, either side. So when you've got 5 numbers this side, you can either do 5 plus 1 over 2, which tells you third. The third number will be the lower quartile, and the third number from this end will be the upper quartile, or you can cross. like that, and it will still be the third number. 1, 2, 3. That's your lower quartile, and 1, 2, 3. This is going to be your upper quartile, as would be the same if you cross the thing off. So median LQ UQ. It could change still if you have a different amount of odd numbers. So say this is a class C, and again it's in order already. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 in the class. So your median, again, you can look for the n plus 1 over 2, which is 13 plus 1 over 2. Well, 14 divided by 2 is 7, so that means the seventh number is the median. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so you've got definite median. With a nice small data set like this, you could have checked that by crossing. So cross from either end. And you still end up there. Now, because we've circled this, now we do need to include all of these numbers in here, very similar to the first example. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's working. You've got exactly the same amount of numbers either side of the median. So there's 6 numbers there. So now you can do n plus 1 over 2, with n being 6. 6 plus 1 over 2 will give you the position of the lower quartile, or if you go from the other end, the position of the upper quartile. It's 3.5, so 3.5th number. Right, so just to find you the quartiles. So 1, 2, 3.5th is going to be in here. It's halfway between the third and the fourth. From the other end, 1, 2, 3.5th is halfway between those two. So you could have checked by crossing. Cross, 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 and then you're left with these two. Same here. Cross, 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 and you're left with these two. So in this case, the median is 2. The LQ, so LQ, well, it's halfway between 1 and 1, which is just 1. So if they're just the same number, it is the number. And the upper quartile is halfway between 5 and 6. So it's either you just say it's 5.5, or you do 5 plus 6, which is 11, 11 divided by 2. Okay, so that's non-calculator methods for lists of numbers.